So what we want to do is make sure fonts are big enough for people to read. Ideally, that's 16 pixels and above. I work on quite dense software interfaces, so I do use 14 occasionally, but that is the absolute minimum. Also, make sure your text is responsive, so when someone zooms into the page, it gets bigger without pixelating. So that means it should be properly coded and styled using CSS rather than using images of text. The next is color contrast. Despite this being extremely easy to resolve, it's actually one of the most prominent accessibility issues on the web. The guidelines state that text should meet a ratio of 4:5, buttons, form inputs, and any other interactive element should be 3:1. So these ratios may look a little abstract, but there are hundreds of tools out there that use your color codes to calculate these in seconds. And they're really important because they're used to measure whether text or interactive elements are visible enough against the background. It's important to note that contrast isn't just for text, it's equally important on a form, for example, to be able to see where the inputs are. So you can see here, my lovely dark background and white text is a ratio of 13:79, which is much higher than 4:5, so I know I've easily passed. First thing to do is check your color palette or color language. Do the colors used for your text and UI components pass these ratios? If not, make them a little darker or lighter, depending on your background color. So let's start with a few basic rules for designers.